Welcome back!
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome to Honest Tea Talks with Ashley and myself, Ronnie. Oh, that's what we should do. I should be like Ashley, and then you should go Ronnie.
Intro coming soon.
Yes, we said that in the last video.
Oh, we promised this time.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
We always drink our honest tea. No, well, it's not actually honest tea. It's just tea.
Yes.
But our show is Honest Tea Talks.
Yes.
So we get tags. Yogi Tea, if you want to sponsor us. We're drinking Yogi Tea.
Hello, every time.
But we love the little tags, and I haven't read mine yet, so I'm gonna read it right now. Yes.
It's perfect.
Happiness is actually an art of living, which is in us.
Yes.
And it's within us all.
It is.
There's that Buddhist quote.
Cool, Ronnie.
Where the man comes to Buddha and says, I want to be happy, and then Buddha removes like I from the little talking bubble. That's ego. And then he removes want from the little talking bubble, and he goes, that's desire, and then all you're left with is happy. So remove ego, remove desire, and all you're left with is happiness.
You are happiness and love.
Yeah, so, but besides that, today's topic is actually on balance.
This is the silliest intro we've ever had.
Oh, I think we're past our intro.
That's true.
We're in the core of the show now.
We're in the meat now.
Yeah, we're between the lettuce and the bread. I just made it up.
Ronnieism.
Yes, that's a thing. You can ask my friends.
Yes,
Ronnieisms are real.
They happen on an everyday basis.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So balance.
Balance, yes. So, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day.
Question mark? Why did you sound confused about that?
No, because
Well,
we went out for St. Patrick's Day. Let's just leave it at that. We had a bit to drink.
Yes.
We had a blast. We had no plan. We literally just got on the train and went to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's just go here or there. And we happened to find a coin op, which, by the way, the one in Sacramento is way better. Because they have giant Jenga outside. But I love coin op. For anyone born well, even you were born after, but for those of us that grew up on arcade games, original arcade games, the big box ones, this is adult arcade. It's got the big box arcade games, it's got the shoot the hoops, the Pac-Man,
Galaga.
And a bar.
Galaga.
And a bar.
What
more could you ask for?
Middle, right in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
And it's legit coins.
Yeah, that's why it's called coin op.
If it wasn't obvious,
Captain
just let
Obvious.
me know.
Hello, Captain Obvious. But so the topic of balance with this, we always, obviously promote a healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
But, there's times where you want to let loose. There's times you want to have fun. And obviously we don't do it every weekend. So for us, this was a big deal, to go out and actually enjoy ourselves in this way. Mm-hmm. Even though we know, if we were to go out and not drink, we would still
We totally would if we don't need alcohol.
But yeah, and that's the balance, right? We don't do it all the time. We used to.
Yes.
Don't get us wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we used to very much be out there all the time till however late. My friends can attest to this. Her friends can attest to her.
Yes.
But we had to find that balance.
Definitely.
Which is a journey in itself.
Yes, and it's definitely something that you grow to enjoy and appreciate, because when you do too much of something or not enough of something, both are just chaotic and just toxic. And I remember when I used to party all the time, and it was a routine and a habit, it wasn't really even fun. It was draining, and you're out late and you wake up late and you don't do anything productive and you don't feel good. It's not anything that brings any type of fulfillment into your life. But at the same time, if you work, right? There's no balance in that. I hate hearing this thing of work-life balance because your life should be doing what you love.
Yeah.
Period. So that includes your work. If you don't do what you love in your job, then you think you have to have work-life balance, and that's not true.
Yeah.
When you have a perfect balance of doing what you love and having fun, then some days will consist of having fun on St. Patrick's Day, and it won't be something that drains you or makes you feel like hungover or anything, because you're just going out and having a good time.
Yeah, and also when you find that thing that you love to do, which becomes your work, which it no longer becomes work because you love doing it.
Yes.
You actually don't even realize what day of the week it is, or that the fact that like you're not looking forward to the weekend.
Yes.
You know, like I see it all the time on social media, like, oh, it's Monday.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh yay, another week, you know, like, or who am I seeing this week? And but there's no on Monday, like I can't wait for the weekend. Like,
look, like I'm not gonna mention any specifics, but everywhere that I work, other than the gym, because I get contracted to work at certain places, this is what we hear, and we always cut it immediately so that people can know that they're the reason why they're saying these things. We hear, it's Monday, right? And so my coworker always says this thing, which I love, Corey. Yeah. He says, he walks in like on Monday and says, thank God it's Friday, and everyone's like, I wish, oh my gosh, it's Monday, and he's like, no, every day is Friday. Yes. And I love that, because it's true. If you don't come into your day with that mindset, you're gonna be like, oh my God, it's Monday, Tuesday, every Friday we're like, happy Friday, everyone's happy Friday, oh my gosh, happy Friday, and we didn't even know it was Friday.
Yeah, it's funny because my friends from medical school, on my 30th birthday, they got me a tank top from Victoria's Secret that says Hello Friday. And that year for my birthday, they got me a bunch of different presents. Yeah. And each present had a little like statement as to why they got me that present. Nice. So with the Hello Friday one, it was because obviously it's not in front of me, so I can't read it. But it basically had to do with the fact that I always bring sunshine, and I always would say good morning sunshines to them. Cool. And they'd be like, and the fact that we got you this present because you always act as if every day is Friday. Yeah.
That's how it should be. Yeah. That's so beautiful. I think that there are no days. Those are created so that you can have some type of routine and schedule.
It's a mindset.
It is.
It's totally a mindset.
How are you going to say, like, no, I'm, like, done with what I do on Friday, and Saturday and Sunday I'm just going to get wasted out of my mind and forget about everything that I do because I hate it. That's a pretty big sign that you should change what you do Monday through Friday, because that's the meat, the core of your life. And if you do most of what you hate, and you then spend the time you have off talking about how much you hate it,
oh my gosh,
or like getting drunk to be numb,
you're always going to be down here.
Yeah, you're there's no elevation, there's nothing, there's no balance in that. It's not about work-life balance, it's just about having balance and doing what you love on a consistent basis, and understanding that just because you do what you love doesn't mean you're not going to have obstacles. But you love what you do. So it doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter what day it is. Every day you're going to do what you love. Every day you're going to be kind and loving and spread light.
And sometimes it's just as little as removing yourself from the environment you're in. Even if the next step or the next environment isn't your dream job or like what you love to do, it can be something that levels you up. Because talking to my friend on Instagram, I remember she was like trying to leave a toxic situation at work, and she did. She finally took that leap of faith and left, and now the place that she works at, like I'll see her little Instagram stories and it's beautiful. She's got a beautiful view, and like they have like yoga and stuff in her office once a week now, and
it's amazing.
And it totally, she loves it because her mental health is better in that environment.
Exactly.
And granted, it's not her dream job, like it's not obviously her end goal, but it's a step in that direction. Totally. Because now you're getting yourself out of the environment that caused you to be in like a low mental state, and now you removed yourself from that and you're in a better place where your mental state is happier and elevated.
Totally.
And it makes you want to work towards those goals even more.
Yes. And that's the thing. I think you obviously have to appreciate your environment and appreciate your current routine, and be grateful for it, but understand that you're meant to grow, you're meant to do more, and if you don't feel happy and you feel stressed and drained, even if you are doing what you love, even if you're in a good environment, then you need to figure out what's missing too. It's all about balance. It's all about saying, okay, well, I'm good at my job, I'm happy there, I'm good in my relationship, I'm happy there, but I don't know, my health is just off, right? Well, something is off balance, and you have to kind of figure out what you have to do to maintain that balance and to realign yourself. And if you don't do that, or you don't know what it is, and you just continue going with the flow and saying like, oh, I'm sick, whatever, keep going, not a big deal. Oh, my job, I hate it, but whatever. You have to take the time to balance yourself out.
And that's in everything in life. Like, you touched on it earlier a little bit with the whole, like, partying thing. It's not to say don't do things you enjoy or anything, but you can overdo things. Even, like, with working out. Like, there's people that do overtrain. There is such a thing as overtraining. You're working out, you're breaking down your tissue, and it needs time to recuperate and heal and grow. So they're even, like, that, even trainers get to a point where their body is just screaming at them like, yo, you need a rest day, like, you need to take a break, because we need to rebuild. And so no matter what you're doing in life, it's about finding the perfect, like, even keel, where it's just like a flow, like a nice flow.
Absolutely. And I love that example of like overtraining, because I think that once we know ourselves, or we get to know ourselves, and we see our worth and our potential, we start setting goals, and we're like, oh, this is my goal, I'm just gonna work and work and work until I reach it. And that there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to understand that work means balance. Work in itself is balance. It's not work, rest because I'm so exhausted. That's not, no successful person will tell you to do that. They're not gonna tell you to overwork. They're gonna tell you, find something that you really would work endlessly for, right? For achieving. But work does not mean depletion. And I think that that's where people get confused. They're like, oh, but, you know, successful people say if you work hard, you get everything you want and more. And that's true, but work does not mean active work all the time, or labor, or
finding balance is work.
Because if you're writing a book, right, you need to write, and you need to write consistently, and you need to spend a lot of time writing if you want to finish your book, right, at a certain time. That doesn't mean that you write all day, every day, until you're burned out and you don't want to see another page. Right?
Because then you could be losing
your inspiration, and you're even like your passion to continue writing. You need to take breaks. You need to set time where you do something else, where you go outside and enjoy nature, where you find some type of replenishment. Same thing with working out. If you want to reach your goal of losing 30 pounds, you better work. You have to put in the work. You have to exercise. But putting in the work does not just mean the exercise. Putting in the work means the recovery. Putting in the work means the eating better, the drinking water, right? The treating yourself as well.
And knowing it's going to take time.
The
because
patience.
If you want it to stay off, you have to take the time to get it off. Because if you do anything to drop it quickly, it's going to come back quickly.
Like anything in life. I have spoken to many people that make money, but make it in not the, I don't want to say the right way, but in a not, I don't know how to, I don't want to say anything like Ron. Where they don't make money that comes from the heart, and they're not making money from, they're basically
there's no passion.
There's no passion.
It's just money.
It's money, and they're making it just to make money, whether it's through, like, I'm going to be completely honest, whether it's through selling drugs or selling anything that's affecting other people or yourself in a negative way, right? If you're making money and you're making a lot of it because you want to make it fast and you don't want to be patient and actually take the time to work on yourself to become a person that can make more money, you can make a lot of money.
It's totally. There's very many things you can do out there.
Many ways to make a lot of money. But as fast as you get it, you lose it just as fast, right? And I think that people don't think about that part. They don't realize that, oh wow, but I'm making more money than you, which may be true, but you may also lose the money just as quick as you got it. You know, there's balance, there's patience. You have to work towards your goals, work towards your dreams, and accomplish them.
I think that's what, I think patience is a key component to finding balance.
Definitely.
Because the more patient you are with yourself and whatever it is that you're doing, you like I said, the even keel, you find like a zone where you have that balance of mind, your body, your purpose and everything. But I think the lack of patience is like, people are like, oh my god, I need to make this much money because I have to do this and I have to do this, and
or how do I do it?
And yeah, it's a lack of patience, and then it also is what forces people to overwork.
And I agree with that, because at the end of the day, patience is what also allows you to learn about yourself. You can't, although Google has the answers to almost everything, right? You can't go on Google and say like, what's my balance? Like, you can't, because the only way you find your balance is by finding yourself and learning about yourself and trying this and seeing that it doesn't work, or doing that and realizing that that's not the best decision, right? My client Brian, he spends so much time like trying different things, and he knows so much about himself because he's tried so many things and realized that so many of those things didn't work, but so many of those things did. And if you don't take the time to be patient and try to figure out, if I'm sick, right, like, oh, I tried this medicine, it didn't work, whatever, I can't handle it, I'm just gonna go to the doctor and get, right? There's no patience in that. When you're off and you're feeling depleted and you're like, okay, well, what could it be? Is it the working out, and you work out a little less and you realize that you still feel depleted? You're like, okay, well, it wasn't the working out. Well, maybe my food is the one that's being compromised, so maybe I should change my nutrition. And then you change your nutrition and you still feel depleted. So you're like, okay, well, I still don't really know what it is. Maybe I should meditate more. You have to do that with yourself and be patient and try things before just figuring out what your balance is. We don't have a book that says, oh, this is Ashley's balance. This is what keeps Ashley balanced. I have to learn about myself.
Yeah, you have to. I used to use that example when it came to medicine or seeing a doctor, because once I got into medical school, I had a bunch of people coming with me with questions, right? And it's like, yo, like, I'm not here yet. Like, you're asking me these questions, but I'm still like down here with the knowledge.
Of course.
And at the same time, I was learning about myself. And the more I was learning about myself, I realized like people go to the doctor because something's wrong with them. But they're expecting an outside source to tell them what's wrong with them, because they've lost that connection with their selves. And granted, there's certain things that you do, like, there's obvious things that happen that you have to go to the outside source to help you, because it's beyond your control. But certain things that are preventable, like the common colds or things like that, like, I very rarely get sick, but I take the right measures to keep my body healthy so that I don't succumb to those things.
And you learned what things work for you.
By experiencing them in previous years. So when I did experience it, it was listening to my body, what's working, what's keeping me healthy, or allowing me to not feel the sickness as long as some people, so it's definitely being in tune with yourself. That's a key component. There was somewhere else there was something I was thinking about when you were talking about the energy expenditure and finding your balance versus my balance, right? So we expend a lot of energy. We give energy at work. We give energy in the gym when we're breaking things down. And part of the balance is picking and choosing things that allow you to bring energy back in. And meditation is one of those things. Yoga could be one of those things, but there's certain types of yoga, so you have to know which types are going to be the ones that allow you to bring energy back in. And then Tai Chi is something that I saw on a list, because I heard this in a seminar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, with Mike Salemi.
Oh, I love.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to that.
Yeah, back last year sometime.
Yeah,
at Spartacore. What's up, Spartacore?
Hey.
And anyways, so he mentioned it. I think towards the end of the seminar.
Even floating, right? Like that.
That was another one.
Such a key, like, and it's not something that you have to stick with. I think even with us, like, if floating works right now for me, then I'm gonna float. Until I can't anymore, right? And it's gonna help in certain phases in life. Certain things are gonna help you. You could love yoga and then realize okay, well, I can kind of wean off of it for a little bit and do something else. You're not obligated to do one thing, and that one thing is what's going to work forever. What has your balance right now is not necessarily what will keep you balanced tomorrow or next year.
Because as you grow and as you tune into yourself, those things will change. Because you will start to realize that, okay, I'm doing this, but I'm not feeling that replenishment like I did before. Let me see what else I can do. And then you try something new and you start feeling that rejuvenation again. And it's like, okay, like let me work on this one now.
Exactly.
Because I wasn't feeling it with the other option anymore.
Exactly.
And that it's all cause and effect.
It is.
Or, you know, like experimentation, like whatever you want to call it. But the growth process for finding your balance is you have to pay attention to your body and what it's feeling and what it's telling you. And where you're giving it away and where you're getting it back.
Yes. And I think it's very easy, unfortunately, for people to say, oh my gosh, but my life is just not going right. It's not going right, and that's why I'm angry. That's why I'm stressed, and that's why I'm unhappy. But that's not true.
No.
You are giving energy to those thoughts.
Yes.
You're giving energy to the idea that your life sucks and that you are just unlucky. And that's not true.
No.
We struggle just like you do.
Yeah.
And we have to take the time to say, you know what? How can this struggle less?
Yeah.
How could this struggle affect me less? Because we have also been in jobs that were toxic, and we would probably still be there if we didn't take the time to find our balance, to be in tune with ourselves. We have worked in places that were just as draining as probably the job you work at now.
Yeah.
We have been in situations where we weren't happy, in relationships that were toxic, and we had to find our balance and be in tune with ourselves to know if that was really making us happy or if we could kind of find balance in other things. And it takes a lot of learning about yourself and being patient.
And I think there's a lot of people are afraid to do that. And so that's when the excuses win, right? That's when the excuses win. And then that's also where blame gets shifted.
Yes.
Because it's not owning who you are and owning that you need to change or work on yourself.
Exactly.
It's like, let me just blame this for me being angry. Let me blame this for being upset or sad, as opposed to coming back to yourself and asking yourself, well, why is that making me sad? Like, why is that making me angry? You know, like,
your current routine needs balance.
Yes.
Balance in everything. It's funny because what many people will tell you, whether it's like the best nutritionist or the best fitness enthusiasts or the best doctors, they will all tell you that what you need is a balanced diet. You need, right?
Yeah.
Like a balanced diet, and you need
a balanced
routine.
Yeah.
No one will tell you like, oh, well,
do more
of
and
this
lots of this
and less of this. Eat this, but not that. No, they're gonna say balance. All the colors of the rainbow you should be eating, right? You should be drinking a balanced amount of water. Balance. So you
but for yourself.
Yes, what your balance is.
Yes.
And that's why there is no fitness routine that works for weight loss. Just one. There isn't just one diet. There isn't just one yoga instructor. There isn't just one guru. There's many people that do many different things to tell their story in many different ways so that you can find your own balance and figure out what that is.
Yeah.
We have very different routines, very different things that work for us, yet we're still elevated and we still grow and flourish every day. And it's because we work on figuring out what our balance is so that we could be balanced.
And help you guys
be balanced as well.
Yes. So thank you for watching.
We love you.
We love you. And make sure to subscribe below.
Comment.
Like. And share.
And follow us on social media.
Sold off it.
Peña_Pequeña.
Have a beautiful day. We love you.
Bye.